I got into this industry because I love wine. That's like baseline, and I love quality wine. I'm producing high quality wine with top quality producers, and we're intentionally putting wine in bag-in-box because it's the packaging type with the lowest carbon footprint. So what makes a high quality wine is, first off, where the wine comes from, which is the quality of the grapes, which, backing up, relates to the quality of the vineyard where the grapes come from. So at Communal Brands, the most important thing that we look for is the health of the vineyards. Most consumers won't know from looking at a packaged wine if it's quality or not. And cues for quality that would be probably more helpful than just, this like grossly carbon intensive, waste intensive heavy bottle would be how they're farming. So if they're farming organically, regeneratively, with an aim to preserve the health and vitality of the soil, you're going to produce grapes of a higher level of quality. And that's your base ingredient, that's where you're starting. Then of course you want a winemaker that's looking to preserve the authenticity of the grape variety, of the site where it comes from. So using winemaking techniques not to mask things, but in fact to enhance the features of the site and the provenance of the wine. We start first with a winery where I'm confident in what they're doing in the vineyard. If in a particular vintage it's warmer and there isn't a lot of freshness or acidity, like there are some winemakers that would, acidify. I'm not judging those practices at all. I just personally believe that if you can work authentically with that site, so for example, blend in grapes from a parcel that is historically cooler, or pick a little bit earlier, so that you're actually working with the area, with the sites, with the raw materials in the most authentic way possible. To me, this is the route to fine wine. So always with bag-in-box, we're looking for maximum freshness. I love an elevated level of acidity for this format, just because when you're squeezing it out, you want something that's just like fresh, bright, easy to drink. And I think a higher level of acidity, you really achieve that. I am super hands-on with the production of every single one of my wines. Just like a wine that's going into the bottle, the cues for a quality winery are hygiene, the type of equipment they have, how technologically advanced, is it old, is it new, how is it functioning, how, automated are things. And it's not that, I don't want things to be handcrafted or artisanal. To me, that part should happen in the vineyard. Like, you really do want the farming to be as, simple as possible. Then once you're bringing the wine in, the aim should be to produce the wine as hygienically, naturally as you possibly can. And having the right equipment is going to help with that. So at Communal Brands, we view the wine as the first piece of artistry. It always starts with me understanding what the style of the wine is, what it smells like, what it tastes like the impression that the wine gives. And then from there, based on the style of the wine, I'll select a designer that I think is aligned with that style of wine. And then from there, it's a conversation about, what the wine expresses, and letting them kind of use their creative juices to develop, an artistic representation of that wine on the outside.